What's up guys, this is Kevin McKee with thousandair.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make a budget with a spreadsheet. This is how I do it. You don't have to do it this way, but I think it works pretty well. So if you go to my website, thousandair.com, and go to the Downloads tab, you'll find in the Not Really Downloads section the personal budget spreadsheet. So if you click there, it will bring you to this Vertex 42 website, and all you have to do is click this Download Now link, and you will, it should begin automatically. And you can save the file. I'll save it to my desktop, and there it is. So now you have the spreadsheet, and if you just want to use it like it is out of the box, that's great. I make a few changes that make it a little better, and I think at least a little better. So if you want to do your budget like I do mine, then this is how you do it. The first thing you want to do is look on the left and find things that maybe don't apply to you, or things that should be there that would apply to you but aren't. For example, I go to the entertainment section here and I add a few things. First of all, I'll insert a row. You can do that and it'll still work here, and I put cash here. The reason I do that, I buy everything with a card, a debit card or a credit card, and I pay my credit cards off every month. And the reason I do that partially is because you can get rewards and things like that, but also because it keeps a log of everything I buy every month. So when I go back to do my budget and figure out where I spent my money, I can just go online to americanexpress.com or citycards.com and look at where I've spent my money, and then I can just put it in here. Whereas if you're spending cash, you're going to have to save receipts or write down every time you buy something, and that's a hassle. So I usually take out about $60 in cash a month and just put it in here, and it doesn't matter what I spend that on, it's just cash. It's kind of play money. The other thing you may want to add, I don't know what hobbies would be for me, so I'll replace that with nightlife. And if you're young, that's probably something that you would have as well. So that's a good one to keep track of and see where you might be able to cut back on that little section. So once you have all of this stuff completed, then what I do is come down to the budget tab here and make 2 copies. And the copies are going to be identical. You would just make sure you change the stuff on the left first before you make the copies, or else you'll have to do multiple changes. And once you've done that, let's change the name of this to budget, and we'll call it our plan. And then this one will be our budget actuals. So this is our plan, what we want to spend here, and then here, after we have spent our money, we'll put in what we did. Now this final one is going to be better or worse. And this is going to compare our actuals to our plan, and we'll see if we're doing better or worse than the budget we set for ourselves. So now these first 2 tabs are already done. You don't have to make any changes. The last one you have to make a change on is the better or worse tab. And so if we come up to the very top, you'll see the starting balance. This is the first one we have to change. And I have this all listed in the description on my website. So if you can't follow along during the video, you can just go in and use the written words to make these changes. So B4, we're going to change that to, we want to do budget actuals starting balance minus budget plan starting balance. And so this is going to tell us if our starting balance is better or worse than we planned. So let's pretend we planned on $1,500 here, and we ended up with $2,000. Well, $2,000 is better than $1,500, so this will show $500 better. Now the next thing we have to change is B7, and we want this to be B5 plus B6. So I'll just go in and change that. And finally, we need to change B8 to B4 plus B7. So we'll do that, B4 plus B7, done. And actually on B7 here, sorry that I'm skipping back, but you want to copy this all the way over to the end, and so all this is done. Now the B8 formula is unique for column B, so in column C you're going to have to make that change, which is B8 plus C7. So we'll make that change there, and then this one you can fill all the way over to the right, to column M. So now those are done, and the top should all work. Now the last thing you have to do is in the income and the expenses sections, you have to compare actuals to plan. So for the income section, you want to do actuals. So we'll go to the actuals part and minus plan. So just make sure the columns line up. This is cell B13 on each page. B13 here and actuals B13, plan B13. And then you can fill this over and fill it down. And that's all set. Now for expenses, it's backwards. You want to do the plan minus the budget. And then you can fill that over and fill it down. And so I'll show you how this works, just like I did the first one. Let's say you're planning to make $2,000 this month, and in your actuals you made $3,000. Well, you're $1,000 better, and your total income is $1,000 better, so you're $1,500 better already in January. Now let's look at expenses. Let's say my rent was supposed to be $500 a month, but I actually got a more expensive place and I'm paying $800 a month. Well, you were $300 worse on your actuals than you were on your plan. So your income is better by 1,000, your expenses are worse by 300, so your net is still 700 better, and 700 plus 5 is 1,200. So now that your spreadsheet works, you're done. Just go ahead and go in and make your budget, and then compare your actuals against it, and you're all set. Thanks for watching, and check out all the other videos on thousandaire.com.